Okay, hello and welcome. My name is Robin, and I will make a short presentation, a short intro about the event before we start. So, as many of you already know, we have been working on individual Fullstack projects over past 4 days, and today it's time to show the result. I hope you find them interesting and inspiring. But before we start, really, I want to inform you about the order, the schedule. So we will have five presentations, and then 10 minutes break, and then 4 more. Also, I want to inform you about the tech stack we used for these projects. It's TypeScript, of course, with Next.js, Postgres, and Drizzle form the databases, and we deployed on Vercel. There may be other tools used individually, but these can be mentioned during the presentation individually as well. And also, you will be able to make some questions after each presentation, so be prepared. And as a last thing, it has come to my attention that it might be some delay in communication if you are joining from the YouTube. So you know. And we can start. The first up is Magdalena.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Magdalena Karpińska, and I am a full-stack JavaScript developer with the background in product development and architecture. And today I would like to present to you my latest app called Blisko. It's a social media messaging app that was created by me to help us manage our relationships. But it's not like any other social media app, like many others on the market. That's because it organizes your connections based on how often you actually text these people. For today, I have actually prepared 2 versions of my app. The first one connected to database. Unfortunately, during those 4 days, I didn't have enough time to implement all the cool features that I was so excited to show you guys. That's why I'm going to show you today the second version that is working on mock data. But because of this, I'm able to show you all the flow of the app and all the really exciting features. So without further ado, let's go down to the app and see how it actually works. So when you enter my app, you have already your contacts organized in 3 circles: family, friends, and acquaintances. By the way, circles are based on the psychological idea of circles of intimacy. If you are interested, ask me later about this. I will very gladly tell you more about it. So the people that you text most are obviously in the circle that is closest to you, which is family. But the fun part of it is that you add your connections through the most outside circle, which is acquaintances. I will also zoom it in a bit for us. So let's try to actually add an acquaintance. I am feeling a bit brave today, so let's try to make Paris Hilton my friend. So we need to go back to acquaintances. She's there. So let's start the conversation with her. For today's demo, I prepared 2 thresholds. So if you want your contact to be in your family group, you need to text them at least 15 times a day. And if you want to make someone your friend, you need to text them at least 5 times a day. So let's try and make Paris our friend. So how to check it? Let's go to acquaintances. She's not there. And hopefully she's in the friends. She's here. You! But let's open the conversation with someone who actually I have a chance to get an answer from. So let's open the conversation with Ines, who is actually my real-life best friend. I want to present to you how the UI of my chat looks like. The fun small part that I'm actually quite proud about is that the chat bubble color changes depending on where your connection belongs to. So for example, for Jonathan, it's going to be blue. To sum it up, like the most important features of my app are automatic organization of the contacts, updates circles based on your messaging pattern, and it actually shows which relationships need more attention than others. So I think it's a really cool first step to solve the problem of us being hyper-connected in this super messy digital world. Thank you so much. Yep. Let's turn off our private conversation, Jonathan. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions?
I have a question.
Oh.
What was your inspiration? Can you tell a little bit about the idea you got? Why this and how does it work?
So there is like this huge branch of UX that I was very interested in. It's about accessibility, especially for people who, for example, are neurodivergent. So these people in their psychotherapy, they use circles of intimacy to help them understand how the relationships with people work. So that was my biggest inspiration, and this is also how the colors were born, because there are some actual guides how to design for people with some disabilities or impaired sight and so on. And for neurodivergent people, we use muted colors and so on. So I was highly, highly inspired by that. Yeah.
Other questions?
What was the most difficult situation?
Oh, girl. So this is why I have two versions of this app. I struggled with my architecture, so I made very bad assumptions from the beginning, and I went to the wrong path, and then I wasn't able to connect it with the database in the beginning. But thank God to my extremely supportive colleagues, and really shout out thank you to Robin and Lucas, who supported me emotionally, picked me up, and I just started from the scratch again, and I made it. So that was, that's maybe not a story of full success, but that's a story of resilience, for sure, yeah.
It is a success.
Thank you.
We have a question from YouTube.
Damn.
What happens if I don't text my mom for a month?
So your mom is going to be your acquaintance. Shame on you, and call your mom. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you. So please hype up my colleague and next person, who is Robin.
Thank you. Let's take this first. And then this. And this. So, ready?
Can you try reloading Video Ninja?
Yes. So, hide.
And go to the code page.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
So, years back when I was doing my master's in linguistics, I spent some exchange time in this charming small city of Bavaria called Bamberg. And there was a restaurant there called Spaghetteria Orlando, where they only served pasta, a wine and beer at a reasonable price, even for a student. So I had I had many, many amazing meals there, as pasta is my favorite, actually, served with wine. So when I decided to create this application for my Hack Week, this was my inspiration. And this application is also a nod to this nice time I had at that restaurant with friends, eating pasta and drinking wine. So let's see how it works. This is the start page. You can directly go to booking page and create a new booking as a guest. Let's see. Oh, today is already fully booked, so we need to choose another date. Tomorrow, maybe. Okay. We choose how many we are. We are 9 persons, and 10 with Marcus. So we are going to eat pasta after the presentations. So 6 o'clock is already fully booked, so we will have a late dinner then. And then we fill in the information, helpful, and submit it. And voila, you have a confirmation box with the details. But there is also another an admin page of this application where you can see all of your bookings as an admin and manage them. You need to log in for this. I have implemented Clerk for this, and my username is Alberto Sordi. I don't know if you know who he is, but it has my spaghetti to do. So now I am admin and I'm logged in. Today's bookings, you can see all bookings here, and you can sort them by sitting early one and late one. Right now we are seeing only tables booked for 6 o'clock and then 9 o'clock when we choose it. And Roman emperors it looks like Roman emperors are our guests for today. So this information box is about how many tables are booked, how many guests there will be, and how many tables are booked. So you can easily see and plan your day after that. You can make a search with guest name, for instance, and this is searching not only for today's booking, but for all booking history. You can easily find it. And then you can pick another date and see the statistics for that day and handle your bookings. For instance, you can change the amount of guests or the name or anything you like and update. You can also delete a booking, and it will ask for approval. We don't want to delete it. So, well, I think this was all actually ready for any restaurant to use. So, thank you very much. Any questions?
What was your biggest challenge?
I guess to plan the structure and think how a restaurant works and how to design the structure, the admin page especially, because this is focusing on the admin management side more than client. So it was challenging, but yeah.
Can you tell me more about your UI and what inspired you to shape it this way and so on?
Actually, I found inspiration. I tried to, I wanted it to look modern. So after checking some nice restaurants around in Stockholm, so I got some inspiration from there. And yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah, I also have worked with UX designers a lot, so I think it has helped me. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, very nice job, very impressive. I'm wondering how difficult did you think this was to make?
Actually, I have planned, like I had two plans, like more complicated one and then one that I wanted it to work. So first I started with my secure plan, and if I had time, I would also add some more complexity. For instance, I would like to have a plan over the restaurant stall, and so people could see the booked tables, chairs, and places, and book where they would like to sit as desired. But 4 days was too short for this planning, so maybe in future, it's totally doable. So yeah, thank you. Yes. And it's Otto next, and after Otto it's Lucas, so be prepared. Mitten.
Which one is the...
The one going to the TV.
Okay, yes. Hello, everyone. I'm wondering, has anyone here played League of Legends?
One game.
Okay, not everyone, but some have. I have created an app for League of Legends that shows off some in-game statistics and recommends items to buy in real time. So for you that haven't played League of Legends, this is a game where you have 2 teams with 5 people, and you try to you gain gold and experience and try to buy items so you can become stronger and destroy the other team's base. So at first I wanted to make like an in-game extension that would add on to the UI in-game, but yeah, I didn't really have time to make that. There were some difficulties that caused some delays, but this is what I ended up with, and yeah, there are a few apps that do similar things to this, but there are no apps that dynamically recommend items for you to buy. So I thought it would be interesting to make that. And yeah, I did not really have time to do it really 100%, but maybe I will continue this project in the future. What we have right now is some like real-time statistics that update every second, and it makes a guess about the gold, and it shows you some items that are recommended to buy, and also a timeline for events that happen in-game. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
So I have a question.
Mm.
Is it connected to the game in real time?
Yes.
Can you show something from that?
Well, here is the game, and currently disconnected, but all of the statistics that you see here on the screen are updated in real time.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Could you try rejoining in? What are you showing on screen right now?
I'm just showing the infinite scroll.
Yeah, okay. Change something so I can verify. Thank you.
It's showing up. Awesome. All right, everyone. Welcome. I will be showing my little web application that I have created in the last few days. And it's called Venue Map. So does anyone in here like live music? Of course. Of course. So there is some problems with live music. It's very difficult to find the smaller music venues. And so that's a difficulty both for the concert goers and the artists themselves. So I would like to solve this problem, and I would like to help match concert goers and artists with music venues. So my solution to this is a database over all the concert venues, a visual representation of the concert venues, and to do this I'm using community-sourced data because it's very difficult to keep track of everything, so I think it's good if users themselves can contribute. And then I myself administer all the additions to the database after they have been sent in. So now I will show you my application. It looks like this, very simple UI. We have a marker for every music venue that's been added. And when you click on it, you get some basic information, the name of the venue, the address, the last time it was updated so you can get a feel for if the information is relevant, and some other description of the venue. I have been sharing this with a couple of friends, so I have some actual data, and I will show that to you in a bit. And to add a venue or suggest a venue, you just click that button, you type in your information. You don't even have to put a description. I can find that myself, but I would appreciate it. And then you submit. It takes a little time, so I would like to add some kind of loader, but it's submitted. And then from the admin page, I can go through the suggestions. So this was the one I just added, and it's bullshit, so I can just delete it. It's live. on this URL, and I will be showing that during my Q&A if you guys want to contribute. And I will show how I would go through adding a venue. So here I have a suggestion for a little venue in Uppsala. So I have to look up the address and get the coordinates. And then I just have to add the information. I'm just going to copy it. So in reality, I would go through all of this myself and double check. I know that this one exists. And then I submit it. And now we can find it on the page there. So that is that's my basic app. And I'm going to leave this open while I'm answering questions. So are there any questions? Microphone.
There it is.
What was the most challenging part?
The most challenging part, well, it was definitely the map integration. It was very difficult to find a suitable map library, but I ended up with React Leaflet and with some help from my fellow coworker Harald. So that was the most difficult, but now everything works, and I'm very proud of it, actually. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes. So good job. And I saw from the beginning that your UI looked a bit different. There were more colors and maps were colorful. Can you tell me why you made those decisions at the end?
Yeah, so I wanted it to be very simple and easy to see on a mobile device, because I think that that's where most people are going to access the application from. So I chose a light color scheme because if you're out and about and there's a lot of sun, it can be difficult to see on if it's darker. So that's my thinking there.
Any other questions?
Thank you. So in the future, are you thinking about having also like the artist that's going to perform at the venue, or?
That would be very cool to be able to integrate that. It can be very difficult integrating that with the smaller venues, because you have to go through their websites and they don't always have updated calendars, etc. But it would be very cool to integrate that for at least the larger ones. Jonathan.
You said you adjusted it for mobile. So is it responsive as well?
Of course.
Nice.
All the features a user would be using are fully designed to work on a phone. So this is how it would look on the phone. The form looks fine on a phone. And the submit button is placed so that it's easy to reach. And yeah.
There's a question from YouTube.
Yep.
From William. He asked, what package are you using for map rendering?
That would be React Leaflet.
Any other question?
And thank you so much.
So next up is Kenny, and then we will have 10 minutes break.
Are you on video again?
Yes. Do you see me?
Can you reconnect? Because I can't see your screen.
Oops.
It might be a permission thing.
Does it work now?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Kenny, and this is my project that I did during the Hack Week. And it's a booking application for a nail salon. This is the homepage where it's right now it's only for the its usage is only for the admin user right now, so there's no customer role for this application. And this is how the homepage looks like. Some information, and if you click here, it would go to the booking page. This is the booking page where you can, as an admin, book a customer. So if I drag it and then press enter, it will add a new event to the calendar. And you can press in contacts and worker, and the color changes depending on the worker. And when you want to save the changes, you can press on the save changes. And yes, it will store it to the database. Next is the about page, a little quick history about the company. And the last page is the analytics page. It's a little lacking right now because I didn't have time to complete any real calculations. So there's the simple ones with total duration, total profit, and total amount of events. And you can sign in here. Actually, it will redirect to a login page, but right now I have not implemented a login page because it was supposed to be based on a role. And I think that's about it for me. Okay. Any questions?
What was the most fun part?
I think playing around with the calendar was the most fun part. And also the gathering the correct data and push it to the database was pretty fun. I think I forgot to mention the completed part where you can push your information about completed events to a database. Something like that, and then you can pick a picture, and this will push it, the information to a database where you can store the information about price, images, customer name, also date, which would be very useful for the analysis page.
And where do you see this information?
Where I see the information? Right now, I haven't visualized the presentation in a good way because for that I need a user role and a customer role and an admin role to visualize the related information.
So the data is only in the database, and the
yeah.
plan is to render it later. Great. Any other questions?
Well, let's not.
Thank you. Then we will have 10 minutes break.
Thank you.
See you around 2. Harald, he's ready, and after Harald,
Rejoin video.
Oh, all right.
after Harald, it's Oriana. So be ready, Oriana.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, so picture the scene. You've been coding your whole week and you just want to go out and camp. But the thing is, where do you camp? That's a hard question. So I also did something with maps and was so excited about this. So I created also a user-sourced map, and I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Everyone knows my location, fine. No, wait, sorry. Allow. So I'm gonna zoom out. I have a few over here. I have one in here. And it says something with, it's a beautiful national park. I got parking, public transport, yada yada. So, how do I create one of these? I can show you. I can add a new campsite to our location. So it shows up here with the longitude and latitude. We put in Salt and something School of Applied Technology. And what do we have? We have public transport. It's I guess a forest close by. Parking. We got bathrooms actually. Lake and a store. And we're gonna upload a picture as well. I have one ready here. It's loading. There we go. And I add the location. And it's popped up over here in Kungsholmen. Yeah, here we go. Salt, School of Applied Technology. You can do the same thing using, just click wherever on the map. Do you want to add a campsite to this location? It says I can't zoom right now. And it shows up the same with those coordinates. If you want to test it, you can go into this app. See? Yeah, it's called, I don't know, can you read that? No. It's nature-nest-zeta.versal.app. And you can also add locations if you want to. And that's what's up with my app. Do I have any questions from the audience? Yay.
Any questions? Yeah?
What was your inspiration to doing this?
My inspiration is, I'm not much of a camper, but I want to do something with maps. And I know there is a community out there who loves camping, and it's hard to find camping, like camping spots. So they have like screenshots of Google Maps and like draw with like on the picture and stuff. So I want to do something with that so people can join in and add stuff and give each other tips and whatnot.
Are you going to use this app?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm planning on it, yeah.
Right now, is it possible to share your locations with other people, and how does that work if you can?
Right now, we can't share with other people, but it is, the app gets your location when you go into the website, and then, it gets your coordinates.
We have a question from YouTube.
Yeah.
How and where are you storing your images?
It's in an app called Upload Thing. And I get that, and I get the URL from that and into the database. So I get the URL from the database and take the URL to that app. So uploadthing.com.
I have also a question.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of features you want to add?
Of course, yeah. I want to have users, for example, so I can log in, so not everyone can come in and put whatever. More pictures would be nice, so like several pictures and some design choices. And there's a few more, but those are the most important one, yes.
I have another question.
Yeah.
If I'm in the place, can I choose the place and take a picture and upload it?
Yeah, yes, you can.
So I can use it in my phone?
Yes, you can use it in your phone.
Very nice.
Yes. It's made for phone users, actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So it's Oriana next, and after Oriana, it's Jonathan.
Is it showing in Ninja? Yeah. Hello, everyone. So who in here likes to read? A lot of people. That's great. So me also, I actually love to read. And when I thought about this app, I was actually thinking about my niece and me. Because what I created actually is an app where you can store your books, but actually it's just for kids. Because the fun thing, I was thinking like, what would be fun for me when I was a kid and get a reward maybe for reading more books. That's what I created in here. So my app, what it does is going to store books for kids that you have already read, but for storing them, you have to answer some questions. And after that, you will get some kind of points. What you can maybe change afterwards with your parents, like a reward or maybe a wish list. You can decide with your parents how can you change it. I'm going to show you now what it is. This is the main page. So if I go a little bit down, it's a little description of what is for the kids and what is for the parents. And in here we have some examples of some books. If we go up, we go to the users page. Hello. So in here we can choose our book. For example, I would choose Matilda. I hope everyone knows Matilda. So if we're here and say, what special power does Matilda discover she has? Do you know? What?
Telekinesis.
Very good. Telekinesis. Who is Matilda's kind teacher? Very good. And how does Matilda punish Miss Trunchbull?
With her powers.
Very good. Actually, she scared her with her powers. When we send our answers, we have a little box in there. Questions are sent, and we are going to start our new book in here. So we have Matilda. Matilda has 5 points, and already I have already read 3 books. So I have stored 4 books in here, and we have 16 points that I can change now as a kid with my parent. Now also we can add a new book. We can, maybe let's put Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling, just as an example. Let's see, it's a school of magic. We have, I don't know, 200 pages. We have 5 points, and the age minimum is 10. We add our new book. We have a little message, and we add it in here as a new book. So in the bottom, you can see my actual GitHub where I created my app, and you can see how I work with. And this is actually my portfolio. I hope you like it. Oh, there is. Any questions?
What was the most fun part to implement?
Ooh, the most fun? Actually, it was storing the books. Because for me, it was kind of like a big part. It's like a reward that you would see, oh, I answered my questions. It was actually very good, and I finished my book. So that was for me like the most fun part.
I know it was a very short time,
Yes.
4 days. You have made something very nice, extraordinary for these 4 days. But when you designed it, have you considered and thought about user experience from a child perspective?
I did actually, because what I was aiming in this point for these 4 days, it was kids from 7 to 9 years. So they are actually able to read, and they're actually able to manage everything that is digital. And I wanted to make it like big. If you see, there's a lot of big letters, and there's everything very colorful. So the aim is for kids in this kind of role, because I just worked with the role of kids.
Other questions?
I'm just curious,
Yes?
how do you validate the answers that gets in the questions?
Yeah, right now they're not validated. I'm storing them, because what is my future project or something that I want to add is actually that the parents have a login and they create users for the kids. So the questions will be answered and put it in the parents' login, so they can actually check what are the questions and answers that they put in there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anything else?
Any other questions? No?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's Jonathan now, and last but not least, it's Nils after him.
I'm joining now. Can you see me, Marcus?
I say in other words.
Yes. Yeah. Hey everyone, it's Friday. It's been a long day, so I'm going to try to keep this a bit shorter, so you all get to go home and enjoy your weekend. My name is Jonathan Zerai, and I've built something that's probably a bit unnecessary for everyone sitting in this room, but it's something that can be incredibly useful for other people. So I've created an app using OpenAI's API that bridges the gap between tech people like yourselves and other people who might feel overwhelmed by stuff like AI. So when I was growing up, my parents often handed me legal documents, important letters, and asked me to translate them and explain them in a simple language. So I can understand how tough it can be to read through important documents when they aren't written in your first language, and the terms can get too technical as well. And that's why I built this app. So on my website, you can take a photo with your phone or upload a document that will then be summarized and simplified into plain language. And it's created for people like my parents who aren't comfortable with technology and might feel intimidated by new technologies like AI. And the goal is to make tech more accessible and useful for everyone, and that AI is a tool that everyone can use. So yeah, that's a little bit about my project. Let me show you how it works. So this is the site. It's published, it's deployed as well, but currently I'm running it on localhost because it goes a little bit faster than. It's called In Other Words, and if you scroll down, you get like a step learning steps on how it works. So first you need to log in, then you need to upload a document, submit it for processing, and then you get your simplified information. So that sounds good. Let's get started. I'm using Clerk for login, and you can log in by Google, username, password, or with Facebook. And who uses Facebook? My parents do. And that's who this app is created for. Oops, sorry. I'm just going to do that. So log in. So yeah, you scroll down, and here you can choose a file that you want to get simplified or translated. Here you can choose what language you want your response in. I'm going to play it safe since it's a presentation, so I'm going to take English, and I'm going to click Submit. So now it's processing. It goes kind of fast. under 10 seconds, I'd say. It could probably be optimized in some way. And here you get like a summarized version of this contract with no technical terms and simplified language, which is easier to understand. And we can reset it, choose something, another contract. These are just example contracts, so it doesn't give so much information. And we choose Swedish, press submit. And then we wait. And there you go. So yeah, a little bit about what this contract says. And it's a lot of information to keep in mind. So if you click on uploads, you have all of your previous uploads. So, and here you can see everything else that you've uploaded since before. And this is a French example. Yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. Do I have any questions? Yes, Harald.
Turn it on. You can just scream it.
Is the translation from the AI or do you do that locally?
From the AI. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
Is the translation from AI, or do you do it yourself?
Or do you have a library for it?
A library. Yeah, AI is the answer. YouTube.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is it responsive?
It's
Why I am asking because this is like an application you would like to have in your phone.
Yeah, it's very responsive. I'm just going to show it really quick. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but yeah, it's responsive, and all the functionality is there on the phone, as there is on desktop.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. You mentioned that people can take pictures of the documents as well. Is that a feature that you have created?
So when you're on your phone, you can take photos with your camera app and upload those as well. But it has to be in the JPEG format. So iPhone, the photos taken in iPhone usually come out in HEIC format, but you can switch that to JPEG, and then it works and gets translated. Yeah.
Is it ready to use? Because as
Yeah.
someone that doesn't speak Swedish 100%,
Yeah, it's online already. And the thing is, when you send a request to OpenAI, it takes like 5 extra seconds. Okay. And for presentation reasons, I thought it would be better to show the localhost. But yeah, it's live. Perfect. Thank you so much for listening. Next up is Nils.
All right, before I start, I have some small questions for you. And that is, how much clothes do you think the average person owns? Can we?
110.
110? 200?
150.
150? Yeah, 150 is about right. And how many of you have clothes at home that you don't use? Yeah, the average person has about only like 70%. They only use 70% of their clothes that they own at home, and that's why I created my app called Closet Clear, which helps you make a good decision on whether or not to keep something that you're not sure about if you want to keep or not. So here you can sign in. I choose to log in with Google. And here I can see what I already have stored. So basically, you can add an item and a title of what it is, and then you can add the amount of times you have used it since the past days that you have created your item. So it will go up by days. So for example, if you have well, my dress from mom, I only used it 3 times in the past year. Maybe it's time to get rid of it. So I'm going to walk you through how to add a product. So I press that, add a title, jeans I got from Jacob, forgot to give back, too late. I can upload a picture. And then I save it. And there it is. I've used it a couple of times already. And then I can also view my items by category. So there I have a t-shirt. I don't have any swimwear, so it looks like this. And yeah, that's my basic app. Thank you. Any questions?
What was your inspiration? How did you come up with the idea?
My brother's girlfriend, she was moving out and she had to get rid of a lot of things. She has a big fight in her that she is a hamster, but she's also wanting to live a minimalist life. So I came up with the idea that there should be a solution of deciding what to let go in your home. So this is my idea. I forgot to add maybe, of course, you can see that you can also delete the items. And if you don't want to choose a picture, there will be a default picture. Like you see, my ugly socks, I don't have a picture of it. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yes. Yeah. What do you have for the future? What do you want to add maybe in the future?
My original idea or plan was that I wanted this to be a mobile app with push notifications. So you could set a timer that, for example, in 300 days, I have to make a decision about this shirt. And then I get a notification that says it's time to get rid of your shoes. So I would like to implement that next.
Any other questions?
I don't know if I missed it. If you mentioned, what do you do with your? Can you get rid of your clothes then when you feel?
Yeah, so this is my general idea was that this would be sort of an extension to a second-hand shop. So you could store your items there, and then it would be connected to the second-hand shop. So you could make a post immediately. Like, for example, my design inspiration was from Sellpy, if you know about it. So that was my idea.
Any other questions?
Cheers from Nils' old brother.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are very happy having you here, and I hope you enjoyed the presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.